Moving our way into lesson 230. Now will I seek and find the peace of God. So then in my book, there is a question right after it. What is salvation? And I'm not sure if it goes with this lesson or the next lesson or what. But for right now, let's do 230. Now will I seek and find the peace of God. In peace I was created, and in peace do I remain. It is not given me to change myself. And I can't even change my signature in my email at work. So how would I ever change my true self? How merciful is God my Father, that when he created me, he gave me peace forever. Now I ask but to be what I am. And can this be denied me when it is forever true? So you are made of love, for love, by love, 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 love. Peace can be interchanged with love. And how could you be anything but love and peace? How could you be anything other than that? That's how you are made. So now we're just asking to be what we are. I want to be what I am. Father, I seek the peace you gave as mine in my creation. What was given then must be here now, for my creation was apart from time and still remains beyond all change. So it's there. Can I have it, please? The peace in which your Son was born into your mind is shining there unchanged. I am as you created me. I need but call on you to find the peace you gave. It is your will that gave it to your Son. So very simply, now I will seek and find the peace of God. Not like the ego, seek and never find. Now it's time to seek and find the peace of God. It's there. It has to be there. It can't go anywhere else. So if you want it, ask and you shall receive. And then I think the next part we'll just save for tomorrow. Is that cool? I mean, it has to be cool because I said it was cool. Jesus, for lesson 230, said, "You are only peaceful and loving." You know now that you are only peaceful and loving. That is your true self. He says you should know this because he told you this. And anything else is not you. Anything less than love and peace, it's not the real you. So don't be confused and don't be tricked into thinking you are anything other than peaceful and loving. You are peace and love, love and peace. The road home is going to feel good. It's happy, it's loving, it's creative, it's interesting. Look for these positive road signs telling you you're on the way home. The road signs are peace and joy and enthusiasm, love, using your imagination. So what happens if you get off track or you get turned the wrong way? Well, the road signs are going to change. Signs you are headed the wrong way and that you should stop and turn around is when you fall into judgment and hate and fear, agitation, depression, negative thinking. These are all signs you are headed the wrong way. So stop, turn around right now, take some time to reread your lesson from A Course in Miracles. Take time to get reminded and remember you are only peaceful and loving. So sometimes Chad will say to me, "Oh, my loving woman, you're so loving, you're so sweet, you feel really sweet." And a lot of times I do feel like that, but sometimes I know I'm not. I know I'm not being sweet or loving or kind. So it is really cute to me that he's giving me all these reminders to get back to who I truly am. And then I know when I'm not, So if we're on the right track for us, if we're on the road home, it feels we're interested in it. It's creative. We're happy. We're joyful. We're peaceful. We're enthusiastic. We've got love. We've got happy vibes. Those are all the good signs that we want to be seeing, feeling, experiencing for real. So lots of signs. We see lots of signs that are obviously we're headed in the wrong direction, but boy, don't we keep on barreling down that road of judgment, of hate, of agitation, of fear, of annoyance, of depression, all that stuff, all that negative thoughts, all that negative thinking. Those are signs telling you this doesn't feel good, and we're trying to make it even feel worse. So, you see the sign and you turn around and head back the happy road, the peaceful road, the joyful road, the loving road. So, good advice that if you catch yourself off track, get your book out, read a video, you guys, read a video. Get reminded however best you can to be loving again. And of course, the miracles will do that if you put it in your life in a way that, yeah, you do sometimes seem like you need constant reminders, but whatever it takes to keep you on track. Pathwaysoflight.org. Welcome to the reading, A Course in Miracles Workbook Lesson 230, Insights. Now will I seek and find the peace of God. This lesson promises that if I call on God, I will find the peace He gave. The implication is that if I am not experiencing peace, I must be calling on the ego. The ego judges everything because that is how it maintains the appearance of separation. As it says in What is Forgiveness? An unforgiving thought must judge, and to hold unforgiveness in place, the judgment must not be raised to question. But if I would experience forgiveness, I must be willing to accept truth as it is rather than judge against it and reject it. This world was made as a place where truth is rejected. So it is not surprising that judgment is part of our habit of thinking. It is a habit to be undone if we would experience peace. With every judgment, we call upon the ego. Each time we release judgment, each time we recognize there is nothing to judge, we call upon God and open our awareness to the peace that has always been ours. Finding the peace of God is not complicated. It need not be a long, drawn-out process. It is only our lack of willingness to give up our identification with the ego thought system that delays the experience of God's peace. Some part of our mind believes that judgment has some value greater than the love of God. Who in their right mind would value anything more than the love of God? No one. This world is a world of insanity, of belief in what could never be real or true. The good news is insanity is not permanent because illusions could never be permanent. There remains within our mind the link that forever reminds us of our source, our creator. It is to this link that we must turn to receive the correction that shows us what is real and what is unreal. We have had a mistaken perception of reality, but it is correctable. Each time we turn to the means for correction, we move a step closer to experiencing the peace given us in our creation. Today, I dedicate again to practicing bringing all my thoughts of fear and guilt, whatever their form, to the Holy Spirit in my mind for His gentle correction. Because our minds are powerful, what we seek for, we find. The thoughts we hold in our minds are then reflected in the world. As we believe, so we see. The Course tells us that the way to find peace is to truly desire peace. As we truly seek for peace, we will find it. Peace is right there in our minds, waiting for our acceptance. So it is our willingness to accept the peace of God that we are working with. The Course tells us we need just a little willingness. The Holy Spirit will take that willingness gladly and lead us to the peace of God. Peace is ours eternally. We cannot lose what is part of our identity. As we are willing to quiet our minds of all the ego's raucous thoughts, we will be led to peace. Holy Spirit, I am willing to quiet my mind today and be led to the experience of God's peace. Peace is all I want. I was asking for peace this morning, but I was having a hard time accepting. As I allowed my thoughts to flow through, I saw some of the things that I was choosing instead of peace. I gave those to the Holy Spirit and asked for another way to see them. Then I went back and reread the lesson. I could see clearly that peace had been in me all along. But like a weed-choked garden with a perfect but hidden flower at its center, I couldn't see my bloom of perfect peace for all the weeds. As soon as I started pulling the weeds from my mind and giving them to the Holy Spirit, I was able to recognize and enjoy the peace God placed in my heart when He created me. I can cover up what God created and refuse to acknowledge it, but thankfully, I can't change it or destroy it. Pathwaysoflight.org. I definitely enjoyed that analogy of gardening because, yes, a garden can get very overgrown. Weeds, they are tenacious. They will, if you take a weekend off, guess who's back? So, yeah, you have to keep on your mind clarification. You have to keep on it. You have to keep ahead of it and you have to keep up with it. So, yes, the weedy thoughts are going to pop up. Yes, judgment is going to creep in. You've practiced it. You're good at it. It's not been really good for you, though. So try to give your weed thoughts, give your negative thoughts to the Holy Spirit. Try to get them out of there. Put in better looking flowers. Put in some things that you want growing in your mind. So that's that, you guys. Lesson 230. I'm not even opening the book. I'm not. I'm freaking not. You want the peace of God, so you ask for it and you get it. You will seek it and you will find it because you definitely have a little bit of willingness, and that's going to go a long way at this point on. So anyways, that's cool. 230. Good job.